What's up? I'm Dave the Butcher, and this is The Butcher's Bullshit. So this is a new video blog. I'm new to this. I've never done it before, first time. Got a few things I'd like to talk about, maybe start something here that could be some fun. So, as I said, I'm Dave the Butcher. I'm a mixed martial arts ring announcer, cage fights, for those of you who like to call it that. I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and I've been around MMA for about 3 years now. I've been a fan for a while, and really it's become my life. The energy that I feel when I call someone's name out and they walk out to that cage to do battle with someone else to their favorite song, you know, and when that happens, that's why I'm alive. That's what I'm here for. That is my passion in life, and I like to share opinions about the sport that is part of my passion in life. So I'm going to start right off the bat. I'm going to kick the fence right away with the recent events in Flint, Michigan, the Greg Aaron's Cage Combat Show, or it's UCF, or whatever they call it nowadays. Obviously, most of you who are watching this probably know what happened, and if you don't, you can look it up, Piranha Arena or whatever. That's not really the issue. I'd like to talk about ways to prevent this, things that I've seen and heard. I know a lot of people want to sweep it under the rug, but talking about things gets things done, and when something like this happens, that's what we do. Now, it's one of the things I don't like about this incident. It's taken the attention away from a lot of the people who do the right thing and work very hard and put a lot of their time and effort into mixed martial arts in Michigan, putting on shows, training fighters, driving fighters to shows, announcing, working the cage, setting up the cage, the cameramen, the DJs. I mean, there's a lot of people that do a lot of good things for this sport, and it's taken away from them, but it does give us a platform to talk. And I like to try to work for some of the best people in this business that I am able to work for, the ones that would like me to do their shows, and I rarely see things like this. I mean, you see if incidences happen, but that's what security's for. But security should be the last people involved in something like this. This is what the issue is, in my opinion. Call-outs, all right? You're selling a fight in the future. You're putting two people in the cage to face off against each other. It's nothing new. It happens a lot. Chael Sonnen told Anderson Silva that he sucked in front of millions of people. Nobody stormed the cage last week, same night. If you're going to do call-outs, and that's why I blame the promotion anytime something like this happens. It's got to be the promotion's fault. It's never the athlete's fault. In the NBA, when Ron Artest, of course, Malice at the Palace in Detroit, back when Detroit ruled the Mayhem world, props to you as well, Mayhem, my favorite commercial guy. He overtook Flo as my favorite commercial personality. So when mayhem occurs, it's usually in one of the murder capitals of Michigan. Now, Flint recently overtook Detroit. There you go. Whatever. It's kind of fun to say. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. A lot of people in Michigan care. They care about the show. They care about the fan. They care about the fighter. They care about the workers in the back room. And when you go to a show, you can instantly tell what kind of people you're dealing with. All right? Now, I've been around this guy who threw this show, Greg Aaron's. The first time I met him, he was a real jerk, all right? I'm going to put it right out there. I'm going to say this guy, I've never talked to him again since. He was soliciting me for a job, and I bid him $300, and he said that was too much, so of course I wouldn't go work in a place. It was actually going to be for that night. Glad I didn't get that. Here's the thing. When you get businessmen that jump into a new business, and you get real estate guys, you get construction company guys, I mean, and they've got the money to put up, and they think that it's easy. Hell, let's go and put on a show. You can fight him, you can fight him, let's go in there. We ain't got no doctor. But praise the Lord. And when things like that happen, when people like that get involved in a business that they know, I mean, most of the people that I know have been martial artists for a long time. Phil Davey was a kickboxer. He started original stuff. John Eubanks, Joe Battaglia, Glenn Bailey, New World Karate, Larry Burns, and there's lots of people. I mean, the guys from Murcielago MMA, I mean, those guys are martial artists. And there's plenty of camps. Tony Hervey's one of them. James Lee's people. I mean, it's what they do with the wrestling being the American martial art and turning that in. I mean, there's so much good that gets done in this state. And when you take away from it like that, we have to solve the problem. Now, it's up to the promoters to do this. It's not up to me. I'm merely stating an opinion. Promoters, it's up to you. I would, if you can't handle call-outs, now, number one, if you don't have security to handle if a flare-up happens, when athletes get caught up in the emotion of competition, you need to know that when people are amateurs and a little bit green and they're still excited, they still get caught up, and someone's called them out, just maybe it would be advisable not to do call-outs unless you're dealing with fighters that can handle them. And like I referred to earlier, Anderson Silva, these guys of course are top professionals. It's not correct to compare them. And I don't support a ban. I know Team Savage, I've worked with them. I know Dutton, I know these guys. I know that it's easy to get caught up in things. I know Ramon Love. I think that it's up to the promoters and whatever people decide and who can enforce it to make something happen. But, like I had said, Ron Artest eventually played in the NBA again. And there's my opinion on that. And I'm always going to try to talk about positive stuff from now on. I'd like to talk a little bit about professional things that are going on. We've got professional fighters in Michigan. We've got Ben Lagman. We've got Christos. We've got a lot of people that are fighting and winning in the pros. I mean, you've got Eric Moon. I mean, Tony Hervey is fighting. I mean, there's a lot of people going out there and winning fights in professional organizations. Josh Burns in Bellator. Win or lose, if you walk into one of those cages and you're from Michigan, you deserve to be recognized much more than some guy that throws a show and can't even come out and explain to himself, but has no problem soliciting business from all of us. Just come out and say something. You know what? And I'm not trying to pick a fight, and this is probably where you go with it. And that's fine, because I've got lots of friends. And if somebody would try to attack me over words, that's pretty ridiculous anyways. So why don't you come out and say something? Why don't the people who are in power, promoters, the guys that put the shows on, it's up to you to decide how to run your shows. And for the most part, what I'm seeing, I like. Almost every show I've ever been to, I've enjoyed, and I've seen it put on professionally. Donna Frio puts on a great show. Big John Eubanks, like I said before, I can go on a long list. There's lots of people. Josh Lawrence, I mean, TXC South. I mean, there's a lot of things that people are doing good. WXC. I mean, they're out there doing it, and there's places to fight. You don't have to go fight for this guy. This is not your road to the pros. Just because it's getting coverage, yeah, okay, you can tell your friends you made the cover of Sure Dog, but it's not for fighting properly. So I'm going to stop now. One thing I'd like to give a shout out to somebody who's not with us anymore, Big Papa Schnacky, and I'm sure he's up there cranking it up. Baby, I'm out.